Are watching their bank account for a stimulus deposit. Another opportunity opens up today. We're talking about small businesses. Small businesses can get up to $25,000 as a grant from the state of California. This is a relief grant. And joining us to answer all of your questions is Regional Director of the San Diego and Imperial Small Business Development Center Network, Danny Fitzgerald. Danny, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. This is an important conversation we need to have. A lot of people have so many different questions. We'll try to answer as many as we can. Let's start with this. How can businesses apply? Who's eligible?
Absolutely. So the state of California, this was announced by Governor Newsom about 3.5 weeks ago, a $500 million program that's a relief grant specifically for small businesses. That grant application opened this morning. You can find that at careliefgrant.com. It is being administered by an intermediary, a nonprofit financial institution called Lendistry. But us at the Small Business Development Center, we're here, of course, as one of the primary assistance partners helping people be able to apply. Small businesses are eligible, as well as nonprofits. A couple of quick things on the eligibility. Number one is you do have to have been in business prior to June 1st, 2019. And also you need to be able to have gross revenues under $2.5 million. So basically it is really targeting some of the small businesses. The grant is designed to target hardest hit geographic areas. Of course, San Diego, we're here in the purple tier, so we certainly fit in that area. And then, of course, some of the hardest hit industries as well, in particular, restaurants, personal services, hair salons, barbershops, et cetera, and of course, all of our tourism industry. And as you said, the grants are up to $25,000, and it's, like I said, it's a grant. So this is not a loan. It's not something you have to repay.
And how many employees must you, fewer than, what, 300? Employees, or how does this work for this grant?
Unlike the federal stimulus, It is not based on employee count. It's based on your gross revenue. So they will. So one of the requirements of it is that you do submit either your 2018 or your 2019 tax returns, and that way on that tax return, of course, it has to show what your gross revenue was for that year, and so it needs to be able to show that it was under $2.5 million. They will ask about your employee count on the application, but the employee count doesn't factor in on eligibility. You could have no employees, you could have lots of employees, as long as your revenue count is under $2.5 million.
So let's say people start applying today. How long will it take for the funds to be distributed?
So the grant application opens today and closes January 8th. Unlike past grants, this is not a first come, first served. They're not even going to start reviewing the applications until the round closes. And this is the first of 2 rounds. So half of the money will be accounted for in this first round. If you don't get a grant in the first round, you do automatically roll over into the second round, which will be released probably sometime in February. In terms of funds disbursement, the soonest funds will go out is probably about a week after it closes to 30 days after it closes. That's kind of the time frame that they're looking at in terms of the fund disbursement. If you are awarded the grant, there will be just a couple other basic questions that you'll be providing, and some simple information such as a current business license or business tax certificate, your articles of incorporation, if that applies to you, et cetera. Basically, some of the core fraud prevention types of situations.
Danny, can a small business apply for this grant and the latest PPP loan? No, they're 2 different things. So can you apply for both?
Absolutely, you can apply for both. The key is you just can't use them for the same thing. For example, you can't say I used this grant to pay my January rent, and then I also got a new PPP and also used that to pay my January rent. That's the only thing. But of course, small businesses have so many expenses and so many things that are certainly going to be coming up still in the next 6 months that's easy to do. And in terms of accounting for that, that's what we're here to do. Everything from helping you prepare the application to certainly knowing what you need to be able to save in terms of records. That's something the Small Business Development Center does. Again, we provide free one-on-one business advising. We're funded by the federal government, the Small Business Administration, as well as the state of California, to be able to provide this service to small businesses.
And that was going to be my next question. So if people have any questions, how do they reach out to you? I know, with unemployment, it's 2 different things. It's hard to get through. It's hard to get to get people on the phone. At least it was in the beginning. If people have some questions, they need to sit down, they need to talk to somebody. How do they reach you?
So they reach us, they visit our website, and then they can click request counseling. Our staff is a little light this week, but they're fully up and running as of next week. You visit sdivsbdc.org, and you can click Request Counseling, and we'll be able to provide that assistance to you. Again, the application's not due until the end of next week, but we're certainly here to be able to assist you. Also on that site, we have a page specifically dedicated to this, as well as what we call an on-demand webinar. So basically, it's a recorded webinar that'll kind of walk you through the steps also for applying. And we certainly will have plenty of people be able to assist you in terms of being able to get that help. And again, our assistance is at no cost.
Okay, this is very helpful information. And for those viewers who are watching this right now, we're going to post this entire interview on our website, cbs8.com. You'll be able to rewatch this. We don't expect you to remember all that. So, but again, if you're ready to apply, you can go to careliefgrant.com. Danny, thank you so much for answering our questions. Anything else that our viewers need to know?
Again, like I want to reiterate, this is not something that's first come, first serve. It's more important that you're complete and accurate. You do have until next Friday. So don't rush through the application. Make sure you double check all the information so it's complete and accurate. And so that way that increases your likelihood of getting the award.
Yeah, and again, if you don't get it this time, you automatically roll over to your next opportunity, which is, you said, in February, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, Danny, thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Yes, Happy New Year to you. Happy early New Year.
Thank you.